Hi everyone, Rick and Brian again from the Yard Tennis Center. Today we're going to be working on the forehand drive, and we'll break it down into steps so you understand pretty much the technique of the whole stroke. So let me first just demonstrate the whole, what this forehand looks like when you're hitting. I'm on the baseline. When the ball comes, you'll see I can turn my shoulders, I move my feet, and if you want to learn how to swing from low to high. Okay, so in our very first episode, if you look back, we've all learned how to rally forehand to forehand in a very short course. So Brian and I start with that. So the first step again was come up close to the net. You always want to line up your rackets so they're facing each other. And as you move back, then you have control of the swing. So the ball will bounce, and we're just trying to rally back and forth very lightly, just kind of rally. So we move our feet. This teaches us pretty much space and how not to be too close to the ball when it comes. So once if you can successfully do that back and forth, then you can start working with each other with the full swing. So I'll go first. So Brian will feed me. I'll just go. I'll explain all the steps as we go along. So first thing you do is always in the ready position. You want to be facing the court, and you want your grip to be what we call an Eastern forehand grip. So you take your hand, you slide it down. If you shake hands, that will give you a forehand grip. Now, as you become a better player, your pro might tell you to try to do what we call a semi-Western grip. And if you go beyond that, then you can learn how to hit with a Western grip. But the Eastern forehand grip is much easier because it keeps the racket fairly square when you make contact with the ball. Okay? So let me break it down for you. So we're going to do everything up close here so that you don't have to worry about how far you're hitting the next shot. Okay? So my initial move will be I turn my shoulders, and then once I've turned my shoulders, now I want to make my racket go back, get below the ball, so that the butt cap of my racket is facing the net. Then I have to obviously move my feet where the ball is. And when you start to swing, you want to make contact out front, and from here, so if I start here and the ball comes, now I'm going to slowly add my follow. Okay? So that would be the first step. Then I would do the same for Brian. So Brian will start in the ready position. Okay, he's going to turn, hold it. Now bring your racket back and down. Take your steps towards me. Now swing your racket for it. Now leave it right there. Now from there, slowly follow. Very good. That would be the first step. So again, you can do this several times just so you get the feel of it and makes you understand how to take the whole racket through the whole motion. Now the second step will look like this. I still make the same first move. I turn my shoulders, I let the racket go back and down. Again, always checking that this is pointing straight. And then I'll move my feet. And then now from here, I'll keep the racket back here when the ball comes. Now I'm going to slowly follow through as I do. Okay? And then I do the same thing for Brian. So he's going to start out, ready position. He's going to turn. Racket goes back and down, move towards me. Now stop. Now keep your racket back here. Now follow. Very good. That would be the second step. And then the third step, which is the one you'll use when you work your way back to the baseline. Now I make the initial move with my shoulders. And so I'll turn, I keep it here. As the ball comes, I kind of keep my position like this so I learn more how to distance myself from the ball. So I keep my turn here. When the ball comes, I start moving my feet. And then I let the swing go to high. Okay? And I'll do the same for Brian. Okay, so he starts by turning, hold it, and I'll move the ball, and I'll follow. Okay, so those three simple steps will help you to learn the stroke. And like I said, once you become pretty good at it, you gradually work your way back towards the baseline. And when you come back for our next episode, we'll do the same thing, but we'll show you the backhand side. So on the backhand, there's two backhands you can hit. You can hit a backhand with one hand, or you can also hit a backhand with two hands. So we'll watching. See you next time.